In the top stories, St. Kitts Nevis Foreign Affairs Ministry expresses concern over Venezuela developments, 3 Trinidad citizens arrested in U.S. cocaine import case, and global oil prices dip amid U.S.-Venezuela export agreement. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Wednesday, the 7th day of January 2026, and I am Jasmine Thomas. First on the local scene. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of St. Christopher and Nevis has expressed concern regarding recent developments in the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. In a public statement issued on January 6, the ministry said it is closely monitoring the situation and emphasized the importance of peace, stability, and respect for international law. The statement reaffirmed St. Kitts and Nevis's commitment to regional and international cooperation, including through CARICOM, and called for dialogue and diplomatic engagement as the appropriate path forward. The ministry also highlighted the need for any developments to align with democratic principles and the well-being of the Venezuelan people, while supporting efforts aimed at maintaining regional stability. As chair of the Council for Foreign and Community Relations, the Right Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Denzel Douglas, has reiterated his readiness to coordinate collective action that promotes a diplomatic and peaceful resolution to the challenges facing the region. The major refurbishment of Basketball City on Victoria Road is nearing completion, with work expected to be finished within the next few weeks. The project has included the complete demolition and reconstruction of the basketball court foundation to meet international standards, the installation of a new drainage system, and the upgrade of seating structures with new bleachers. Additional work has involved the removal of existing lighting structures that previously obstructed spectators' view, the installation of new lights, renovations to bathrooms and dressing rooms, and the expansion of the cafeteria area. Minister of Sport, the Honorable Samuel Duggins, toured the facility on the 6th of January alongside officials from the ministry and the Department of Sport, as well as executives from the St. Kitts Nevis Amateur Basketball Association. Minister Duggins said the upgraded facility will support youth development and create greater opportunities for basketball scholarships, adding that discussions are underway for a basketball camp with international participation later this year. The SKNABA President Glenville Jeffers commended the Ministry of Sport for the scale of the upgrade, describing it as the most significant renovation to Basketball City since its construction. The Antioch Baptist Church was flooded with pink as hundreds turned up yesterday to pay their final respects to pageant coach, mother, and friend Janet Johnson. With a life-spanning performance and professional work, Janet's homegoing celebrations featured tributes from pageant colleagues, musicians, and singers, a dance by the Okolo Tegramantine Arts Theatre with whom Janet danced, and the Police Cooperative Credit Union, where she worked for many years. Judith Rollins Paul shared a moving account of Janet's life during the formal remembrance, chronicling her childhood in Keys Village with her grandparents to her life and work with institutions in St. Kitts and as a chaperone to dozens of contestants locally and regionally. The service followed a candlelight vigil held on Monday. Janet Johnson died on the 14th of December 2025, just hours after chaperoning her daughter Tatiana Archer to win the Republic Bank Miss Teen St. Kitts Nevis pageant. And now for a look at news on the regional scene. 3 Trinidad and Tobago citizens, including an active duty police officer, have been arrested in connection with an alleged cocaine importation plot into the United States. The arrests took place on December 30th, 2025, during a joint operation involving U.S. Embassy personnel and the Trinidad and Tobago law enforcement officials. Authorities identified the suspects as a serving Trinidad and Tobago Police Service officer along with 2 other Trinidad citizens. The men face charges filed in the Eastern District of New York for conspiracy to import cocaine into the United States, as well as related firearms offenses stemming from a 2024 DEA investigation. The operation was carried out by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration's vetted unit with support from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Special Investigative Unit and the Transnational Organized Crime Unit. Officials from both countries praised the operation as a strong example of bilateral cooperation and said it underscores their commitment to combating drug trafficking, firearms offenses, and public corruption. Trinidad and Tobago Police confirmed that the officer involved is now awaiting deportation as investigations continue. And Grenada's Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell is warning that recent developments in Venezuela are increasing regional instability and have failed to advance peace or resolve long-standing disputes. Speaking on Monday night during the Grenada Broadcasting Network program Beyond the Headlines, Prime Minister Mitchell said events over the weekend have deepened divisions and reinforced the need for diplomacy and dialogue. He reiterated Grenada's position that negotiation, compromise, and respect for international law are the only pathways to a sustainable and long-term resolution. The Prime Minister stressed the importance of upholding territorial integrity and sovereignty across the Western Hemisphere and the Americas. Prime Minister Mitchell also confirmed that Grenada is in discussions with the United States regarding a proposed memorandum of understanding on third country nationals, but said no agreement has been reached. He noted that similar approaches have been made to other Caribbean countries and said Grenada is reviewing the matter on a case-by-case basis with national security considerations taken into account. The comments follow a sharp escalation in Venezuela, including recent actions by the United States, which have heightened tensions and raised concerns about regional stability. Global oil prices moved lower on Wednesday following news of an agreement between the United States and Venezuela, allowing limited Venezuelan crude exports to the U.S. market. The arrangement is expected to permit the sale of up to $2 billion worth of crude oil, raising expectations of increased supply at a time when markets are already watching demand trends closely. Brent crude and West Texas Intermediate both declined in early trading as investors factored in the potential impact of additional barrels entering the market. Analysts say the move has temporarily eased supply concerns, but warn that prices remain sensitive to geopolitical tensions, OPEC Plus production decisions, and global economic conditions. Energy markets are also awaiting further clarity on how quickly Venezuela can scale up exports and whether the agreement could be expanded or revised in the months ahead. And nationwide protests in Iran have intensified, with crowds returning to the streets and moving into major economic hubs. Security forces have responded with tear gas and live ammunition, while reports suggest Iranian-backed militia in Iraq are also involved in the crackdown. Human rights groups warn of increasing casualties and detention as demonstrators call for political change and leadership transition. While individuals are saying the Iranian government continues to downplay the scale of the movements. We now take a look at the weather. Present weather across St. Kitts and Nevis: clear skies. Winds are a light breeze of 5 miles per hour from the north. Seas are 0.6 to 1.2 meters or 2 to 4 feet. The weather forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis: partly sunny with a 60% or moderate chance of showers. Weather mostly fair with a 30% or low chance of showers. Sunset this evening will be at around 10 minutes before 6 and sunrise tomorrow morning will be at approximately 20 minutes before 7. And that brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.